Hey angels, I hope you're well. This is what's coming in for the month of June for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And of course, for Dreamy Pisces, it doesn't surprise me that the songs I got are a little spacey related. Like I got Major Tom by Peter Schilling. I also love the Shining Toy Guns cover though. Um, Apollo Throwdown by the Go Team, and then Good God Y'all by Eophon. But it's like this juxtaposition between this big dreamy out of the world confident energy but also like being exhausted at the same time, and also like the theme of space could be very relevant. But I'm going to grab, so I've been going through this oracle deck for each sign, and I'm leaving out each time the cards that I got for the other signs because I want a unique message for each sign. So I'm just going to like grab 3, okay? I'm looking at you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Mia's offended that I threw that on her tail. She's a little agitated now. But the 3 cards for Pisces. Okay, this is really interesting. You may have a teachable moment because I feel like all these go together. We literally have teacher by this beautiful person here whose name I cannot pronounce and who I am not familiar with, but it's a card of like being the teacher. And then we have Apollo, which says focus upon your strengths, but you know, Apollo is also a god of like poetry, writing. There's an aspect of creative expression there as well. And then listen by related to Manjushri. I'm also unfamiliar. I really should probably study all these people at some point, but life's too short and I've got a lot of beautiful decks. Just saw 222 on the timer. But I think there is a moment here. So focus upon your strengths is like in the middle here. And I think you have an opportunity this month to be both the teacher and the student in different circumstances. It feels like sharing your strength, sharing your knowledge, but also receiving in some capacity. There may be like a trade that happens here. And that's where like that spacey energy comes in. And it's almost like the good God, y'all, is like the energy that was present before this comes in. It's almost like you've been really stagnant and also kind of like annoyed with like, the people around you, or like an environment that you frequent. You had started to get like burnt out and kind of annoyed with the selection there, is what I want to say. Yeah, okay. So we have the Devil, the Page of Wands, and the Sun. I do feel like there was like a literal boredom or almost like a depression that started coming up because of the stagnancy or the... I just started thinking of the movie Idiocracy. Like you could have literally felt like you're just surrounded by idiots, which unfortunately I think a lot of people in the world do kind of feel that way now, just with, you know, certain things going on. I don't know. But it's like there's that energy, but it's like taking the spark to learn something new is actually what will bring you like the highest joy. And I love too in this deck, we have the Giant or the Fireman and the Arm, or I forget what they call him. Anyway, because it is giving like teacher and student if you look at it in a certain way, but it's all encompassed here. I really do feel like this is emphasis on something that you will be learning, but like giving and receiving this month. Yeah, we have strength, like literally focus upon your strengths, okay? And even here, there's like a, even though it's kind of like in a weird way, there is almost like a guidance being given. There's a training of sorts. The number 7 could be relevant. I can't remember if I said that earlier, but it just came up to me again. What's interesting too, I do feel like blindfolds or eye patches could be significant, and not solely because of these cards here, but while I was out and about today, there was actually a gentleman who I recognized around town who I sat beside at a coffee shop, who he wears an eye patch. So I mean, that could hold like some sort of significance. But the balancing, like the weighing these two things, it's like you regain equilibrium by exchanging in this give and take scenario, and I don't know what it could be. You put on some sort of like mentor role, but you also receive something in return. Page of Pentacles. I don't know if maybe you're gonna be like a camp counselor or something this summer. Like, I don't know, but it's like you receive something. I say camp counselor, and there's literally a campsite here. But let me ask what you're walking away from this month, the Eight of Cups here, what you're walking away from, and then what you're walking towards. What is Pisces walking away from? Page of Cups, but we had Page of Pentacles. So maybe you're tired of just talk. You're tired of just talk about what people in your circle want to do and not the action. The Page of Pentacles is more seeing the fruition of something. You know, like Pentacles is going to be more material oriented, while Cups is more of the fluid emotional component. So you're walking away from that towards something that you can see tangible result from. Walking towards, yeah, Three of Pentacles. You want collaboration, you want knowledge, you want to learn. You want to build your portfolio, your resume, your experience, not just for the career field. I think this can expand to spiritual esotericism. It could be experiences such as travel, learning a new language, and whatever it is, like, builds a foundation for you going forward. Like, this is something useful for you. It's like perhaps Four of Wands here. I was going to say perhaps like you have felt that you are a jack of all trades and master of none, and it's like finally there's something you're really honing in on. And in this deck, this shows Major Briggs and Bobby Briggs, so father and son. Which again, this is kind of giving me like a mentor-y vibe, or like some sort of, I just heard disciple? I don't know. But definitely like a role of a mentor and a student, but you also get to play the mentor role at some point too during this time. I hope that makes sense for somebody. But that is what I have for you today, Pisces. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.